And welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 as a brand new series. In case you haven't guessed, we're going to play the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, the USSR. Oh, excuse the sniffles. I ate a whole jar of homegrown and jarred, bottled jalapenos. This stuff was great, but man, it's hotter than usual. I love it. Anyways, I decided on the USSR. I still have to play France, USSR, and Japan. I played all off video. Mixture of results with all of them. I've never won as Japan, but I didn't want to follow up one fascist country with another fascist country. And I didn't want to go France just yet. Thought it would be better to do the USSR. I have tried to do the USSR in a live stream, but unfortunately when I try to follow that up, my upload speed sucks. If I'm uploading any videos, I cannot stream. As for what I did, we're working on the Great Purge. You have to start the Great Purge early because the officers purged affects your organization. Excuse me. And the total time until your organization goes back to normal, including the time of the purge, if I remember correctly, is 5 years. It says 583 days here, but you got to remember there's another 210, and you're going to constantly be getting messages as it slowly backs off of the amount of effect from your officers being purged. So, as a USSR, you have to do the purge first. There's no damn way around it. Oh, wrong button. That's why I think my nickname should be Wrong Button. I'm working on biomechanical engineering to lower research time 2%. Construction 1 to increase our construction speed. Basic machine tools. Excuse me. Stuff's going to be going through me, my colon like a Japanese bullet train here in a little bit. Basic machine tools to raise our production efficiency cap. I started some civilian factories and a lot more military factories than I normally do. I'm also not going to worry about my Navy as much as I normally do because I'm really not sure what direction I'm going to go. I should just get this bad boy rolling. Even though it's at a slow speed, still, at least we're passing time while I'm talking. Construction. Put some in infantry equipment, support equipment, towed artillery, light tanks. Light tanks should have... Yeah, that's wrong. That's the way it should be. I don't know what happened there. Anyways. And I boosted up our fighters a little bit. Boosted up just a little bit more. I don't have any ground attack aircraft, so I didn't... I wanted to start building some, but I don't have any available yet. Our Navy. We don't have much of Navy. The fifth column. This is just has to do with the purge. And the reason why I do the purge early because our unity is only 35%. The Trotskyite plot affects us by 20%. So we would have a 55% unity if it were not for the Trotskyite plot, which we can get rid of with the purge. We're building a bunch of subs. I added convoys. You guys know how I roll. Destroyers are going to the Arctic fleet. I renamed all of our fleets. I'm not merging them. They each serve a purpose, so I'm going to leave them alone. All destroyers are going to the Arctic fleet, which is nothing but destroyers. Subs are going to Arctic, Baltic, and Pacific fleets, respectively. I organized put all of our divisions into armies, gave them a leader, and started them a training. First we have Moscow Army, just units around Moscow. Next we have Leningrad Army, just armies around Leningrad. Then we go up here. I also gave some orders that are actually on borders. We have the Finnish border. We have the, I keep on getting the Baltic republics mixed up. Estonia? Yes, Estonia front. Oops, wrong one. The Estonia front. Latvia. Yes, the Latvia front. Lithuania. Sorry, I'm asleep, guys. Latvia front. Oh, wrong one. Polish front. The Romanian front. Behind the Polish front. This is basically a buffer zone. I'm probably just going to turn that into a full army, turn the Polish army into a full army, and then split them off and have two full armies on the border. The Ukrainian front. I know there's not a front in Ukraine. In the Ukraine is better ways to describe it. The Turkish front. The Mid-Asia front. I should probably put them down on guard against Iran, because with these new impassable areas, the Allies would have to declare war, the Japanese would have to declare war on Xinjiang to actually threaten me. Of course, they would have had to declare war before, but it just becomes a little bit more difficult now. And of course, the Far East, Japan, which is always interesting. Japan can be such a pain in my ass when I've played Russia. The fleets. Not much to do. I just renamed them out of Russian so I could actually figure out where is what. Black Sea Fleet, Baltic Fleets, Arctic Fleets, and the Pacific Fleets. And that's basically it. Put it up to 3 for now while I'm stretching and figuring this out. Of course, we do have to turn around and keep an eye on our armies so we don't overtrain them. We should be gaining I wouldn't call that insane amount, even though we are training all of our forces at once. Literally, every division is being trained that we have. I do not know if I will intervene in Spain. I'm actually hoping the Spanish Civil War happens early so I can intervene, and hopefully I can get some tank divisions in there to make a difference. But if it happens too late in the purge, I'm just going to let Spain go. I'm not even going to try to save it. I am recruiting 5 sets of 20 infantry divisions, 1 set of 10 mountaineer divisions, 1 set of 10 motorized division, 1 set of 10 cavalry. And that's something new for me. Normally I don't recruit cavalry until I start building military police, and I use them as occupation forces because for whatever reason cavalry is better at suppression. And 10 tank divisions. Our logistics, not very good. Minus 34K on infantry equipment. Of course, by training all of our divisions, we're making that worse. Only 634 down on artillery, 620 down on motorized, 200 down on support equipment, and 650 down on light tanks. But we are progressing. Check these divisions. I will, of course, all these divisions we are recruiting, be shuffling them off to different armies to improve my position in the front lines. So far, none are anywhere near ready. We can actually expect Moscow to be the first one. A few divisions were already fully trained. As I said, with construction, I'm doing a lot more military earlier than I normally do. And there's several reasons for this. First off, we are in a civilian economy, which is the lowest level of economy. So we got a couple levels that we can jump up. We are also on export focus, so 50% of our resources are available on the market. We're set for volunteer only, and we have 1.14 million available. I'm not sure what the U.S. population is, but what's really interesting about the USSR is the population is pretty much the same. Now, Russian Federation, they lost all the republics in the USSR, but I believe their population is only like 140 or 180 million. So they really have not grown population-wise. And of course, it doesn't help when you're having all these purges and killing off an extremely large percentage of your population. Let's jack this up to 4. Nothing is happening. We're not even getting our first level of the purge, even though I will have to slow it down. I think it happens at 70 days. So we'll get 3 steps. No, there's 4 steps. And I do generally follow the same path on the purges. I get rid of the same people because of my style of gameplay. And I know, oh, here we go. And basically, if I removed Mikhail, I would lose a bonus. That's his bonus, 15% national unity. Party members can be trusted. Guarantees a civil war. I don't want to deal with that. I did that before. It didn't play out well for me. I'll lose 75 points of political power. It's always the best scenario. And each one of these steps, that's the only step I can choose to lose political power instead of sacrificing people. All the rest of my future steps will force me to sacrifice people or guarantee that there will be a civil war. One time I did try the civil war, mainly because the NKVD divisions are such a pain in the ass. There's one that's finally done. Thank you. And another. The Civil War didn't work out well for me. I weakened myself. Well, damn it, I didn't want to stop that. I weakened myself by fighting the Civil War. I ended up at war with Japan. By the time I stopped Japan's advance, Germany decided to take advantage of the situation and declare war on me. There we go. We got our first research slot done. Let's go on to mechanical computing. Well, because we have to. I do like the way they set up the USSR. You can actually feel the pain from attacking your own population. It's something that doesn't come out when you played Germany, because when the Germans were losing, the SS and the Gestapo, they definitely turned upon their own population, including their own military, because you didn't fight hard enough and BS like that. But your choices are forced here, and you feel the effects of your choices. I really do like the way it's done. Let's give these guys some orders. Yeah, I know you can't do that, but that's all right. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to give up on the NK. Oh, here we go. Let's back this down to 2 so I can read this. All right. Secret trials of the generals. These are generals that will have to be executed or a civil war. Army experience gain. Army drill specialist. Decisive battle expert for the Navy. Capital ships attack. Screen attack. Armor division attack. Submarine attack. I would have to give up on those forward leaders, or remove a theorist. Mass assault doctrine. Remove army defense of plus 10%. Army maneuver expert. Smimov. Don't expect me to get these names right. I'll tell you that right now. Who's a carrier expert. And a convoy rating specialist. I do not like to give up the Army defense expert of 10%. Now you can say that right here, the tank expert is great for the USSR, but, and the backbone of your military is always going to be the infantry. So I'd rather have the bonus of 10% on all of my military. So this one goes bye-bye just like that. Yeah, there's only one more stage. Excuse me. My apologies. I hope there's only one more stage. I can only execute so many of my people. And as they're executed, you lose generals. These generals are, a lot of these generals are active. So I could end up with some blank spots down here, just as I'm ending up with blank spots and guys that I can promote to the general staff. And in this case, I also lost a theorist. Okay, what were you? Oh, you didn't get a job. Okay. You are Romania. He's not done. Come on, guys. Finish this up. Get those NKVD up. I don't know why I'm just so worried about the NKVD. They're non-elite units. They're subpar units. Non-elite is not a good way to put it. They are subpar divisions. I've already got 9 Army experience just from this training. Unfortunately, my logistics are shit, so my recruiting is a big fat 0, except for armor. That's interesting. I'm actually getting a little bit of a push on armor. Of course, I could have prioritized the new divisions, but Who are you that's facing a green light? One time when I played the USSR, Poland decided, I need to speed this back up. Oh, we got basic machine tools. Poland decided I'm gonna go concentrated industry. Poland decided to form their own alliance with the Baltic republics. When I pushed against one of the Baltic republics, the whole alliance went to war with me. I started off well and good enough, pushing into all of the countries in question. Then they started pushing back. I was still in the effects of the purge, and I jumped the gun in pushing against the Baltic republics. And it didn't play out very well for me. I mean, eventually the effects of the purge wore off as, I don't know, they were like somewhere in here, and I was able to push back. But it was hairy for a while. It was actually it was a fun game. Another time, Germany went to war against me early. We decided to split up Poland. Germany betrayed that agreement, and even before I could declare war on them, they were declaring against me. So I decided just to go into the defensive because I was still under the effects of the purge. And Germany pushed, and I could not stop them. They couldn't break through, but I could not stop them. They literally just kept pushing me back bit by bit by bit until almost like the real Second World War, I was able to win the battle of attrition. And then slowly, bit by bit, I was able to counterattack in areas where the front was weak. And every time I would attack in one area that the front was weak, they would shuffle divisions off to plug that hole. And by doing that, they weakened another portion of the front, and then I would stop attacking in the original one and then attack in the southern one. And this went, oh, we got another one. Okay, the Navy and Air Force. I've been getting off easy. We want to get rid of the Prince of Terror, Air Safety, All-Weather Expert, and Air Reformer. Oh, damn. Or another one, damn. Capital Ships. Wasn't he on the previous one? Or we get rid of Navy Experience Gain. Air Superiority, 10%. Close Air Support Attacks. Close Air Support Defense. Close Air Support Agility. And Army Regrouping. I don't remember what I normally do in this one. I don't want to give up the political advisor. I really do not want to give up the political advisor. Even though the new non-core manpower bonus is a bit of a joke, to be honest. Because I think... Oh, here we go. Time for me to make a decision. Let's back it down to 2 while I'm thinking about this. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one because even though we lose on the Air Force, we'll lose regrouping and we'll lose Navy, but I don't want to lose the effect of our Prince of Terror. Okay, how many days do we got left? 30 days left before the purge is over. There's no way we can win this war in 30 days. We didn't lose any commanders that we got in divisions. Okay, we are done. Oh, no. I spoke too soon. I was going to say we are done training all of our NKVD divisions, but obviously not. No, I'm actually not sure whether or not I should take part in the Spanish Civil War. Once our divisions, our military isn't that effective, we're going to be suffering a minus 50% division organization. And of course, we also suffer a research time penalty. Well, here it is. You see, 1,460 days. So yes, another 5 years, basically. And 50% divisional organization. There's no way we can actually be effective. It'll just cost us men and materials. And the experience is only so-so. So I'm not going to take part. We got construction 1 done. Let's jump across. Work on our weapons and equipment. And another unit is done. You're not done yet. Alright, where are you at? Okay, you're behind the lines. Never mind. You're Leningrad. You are done finally. Let's just set him up for a northern attack. Since am already planning on putting another division, another army on that front. Armies are behind the lines. Finally done. Thank you. You are also done. Plan to invade Turkey. You're useless. I just don't know what to do with you. 12 divisions. And our Japanese front's finally done. So now, oh, exports. I was like, how in the hell did we jump up so quickly? Exports. So now we just start working on our logistics nightmare that we added to with all that training. And really, we're just creating another beast, another nightmare. Because once we start changing the organization of the divisions, we're going to have the same problem again. Well, guys, we are almost out of time. This is the first video in the new series. We made it through 7 months. It is July 20th, 1936. I want to thank all you for watching these videos. I hope you enjoy this series, this brand new series, the USSR, and of course, next time I will be doing, I don't know who I'm going to do, France or Japan. But anyways, enjoy this series. Till I get to see y'all again next time. Bye-bye.